Vice released a video. I think this is...
Hundreds of people at an anti-lockdown protest stormed the steps of Germany's parliament building, the Reichstag.
Wait, what the f? They're waving a Turkish flag. Yo, this has not been a good week for Turkey. Probably the worst fucking week for Turkey, dude. It's just in a long time, okay? It's just like we are not doing all right, guys. We are literally at every bad situation we have self-inserted. It's not good, okay? Please don't forget to subscribe because a lot of people that watch my videos don't subscribe apparently, and hit that bell. This is the opposite of 1453, okay? 1453, best year of my life. This is...
Pogo, love you,
it's just not good, okay?
Parliament building, the Reichstag. In a group of COVID deniers and anti-vaxxers.
What's the bottom text on your shirt? If this flag offends you, what do you think the bottom text of this shirt is? Why are you fucking throwing up a crying face? Obviously, it means I'll help you pack your bags. The bottom of it is it's pro-trans.
Fascists were waving the Imperial German flag in place of the banned swastika. For the country that spawned the Nazis, these scenes highlighted the dangers of the volatile, conspiracy-addled far-right fringe that's grown over the last decade.
Oh, that's the guy. This is the guy. This guy's Turkish, bro.
From QAnon to the Reichsburgers, a far-right group which sees itself at war with the state, conspiracy theories have got a hold on Germany.
Okay, that guy looks a little bit more like the fucking archetype, you know? Not the Turkish one.
Hey, kebab.
My name's Tim Hume, and I cover the rise of the far right in Europe. It's a job that's taken me a lot to Germany for my reporting for Vice. These events in Berlin were incited by a woman called Tamara Kirschbaum, a leading figure in the country's thriving QAnon
Oh no, white person with dreads.
scene. Tamara called on the protesters to swarm the steps of the Reichstag.
Und zeigt Präsident Trump, dass wir den Weltfrieden wollen.
Whipping the crowd into a frenzy by saying Donald Trump was in Berlin and that, for some reason, this meant that their movement had won. In Germany, the American Q conspiracy theory has gained a huge following, more than in any non-
The thing I don't understand about German Turk Nazis is like, you know that they don't like you, right? Like, you're part of the reason in their minds that like Germany has gone down the fucking degenerate rabbit hole or whatever. Like, Germany has given way to cultural degeneracy because of you. Like, that's what they think. So I just don't understand how you could be a fucking idiotic reactionary Turkish guy and be like, yeah, I like these are my boys, and they're like, nah, they're plotting to fucking murder you, idiot.
English-speaking country.
This march in Berlin is mostly against coronavirus restrictions, but there are a lot of QAnon supporters here.
QAnon wasn't the only far-right conspiracy theory movement at the Reichstag that day.
So when QAnon arrived in Germany, it was also spread by people from the Reichsbürger movement. I mean, they share the same enemies, it's democracy.
Reichsbürger.
Like, a lot of what those fucking Nazi formations did in post-World War II, like, a lot of the fascist movements in Germany literally developed and revolved around beating and murdering Turkish immigrants. That's why I find it rather strange.
Or citizen of the Reich is an umbrella term for a uniquely German strain of gun-hoarding far-right conspiracy theorists.
4 months, love you.
They say the modern German state is illegitimate, a puppet regime established by foreign occupying powers at the end of World War II to exploit the Germans.
What?
Its 19,000 hardcore followers, mostly middle-aged, male and white, believe that the pre-war German Empire, or Reich, still exists, and that their
Bro, this is literally like, this has got some real, what do you call it? America has only had like 17 presidents energy, you know what I mean? Like, it's the same fucking variant, but German, you know? Like, where they're like, oh yeah, America was sold to the fucking UK, and that's why there's only, Trump is like the 18th president, actually, you know what I mean? It's fucking, it's the same exact shit, dude. Oh my God. They want Grey Wolf neo-Nazi unity to attack Kurds, Armenians, Syrians like they see themselves above the refugees. Yeah, but the fucking Nazis don't. Yeah, it's like Yeah, also applies to Poles supporting AFD. Yeah, that's the other part of it, which is like
6 months
reactionary
punch out
Polish
photo.
people are so funny too, because it's like, bro, they don't see you as human. Like, they see you as a part of the problem, brother. Like, I mean, good luck, you know, in all your endeavors, but like, they're gonna murder you immediately after they're done murdering everyone else.
its rightful
Hold on, let me just like fucking.
representatives. Some declare their properties to be sovereign republics, issuing their own passports or currencies, and refusing to pay taxes.
There are certainly some people who are disappointed and dissatisfied with their economic status, and they look for scapegoats, almost like a religious cult that sucks in and radicalizes.
The belief that there's no official state comes often from a situation of poverty, of oppression.
When was the last
by
time you
the
broke
government.
down?
They
What?
lose their job,
Hasan.
have no perspective in their lives, and so
Broke
they
down?
turn to the belief that they are not responsible for it.
These days, one of the key figures in the scene is Nikolai Nerling, a former primary school teacher who was one of the protesters on the Reichstag steps that day. He's gained a large following online for his provocative videos documenting far-right protests and pushing his racist ideology. His gateway into the world of conspiracy theories.
Oh my god, this guy is such a fucking... Yo, this is typical German tourist shit. This is what I was saying, by the way. I mean, he's too clothed to be a typical German tourist, but, you know, this is what every German person looks like when they come to Turkey, okay? They just get so fucking red.
Have been YouTube videos about Sandy Hook, about 9/11, and then he kind of went down the rabbit hole. It led him to explicitly far-right conspiracy theories, and one's about German history. He's notorious for his constant provocations, including frequently questioning the history
Holocaust
of the
footage.
Holocaust. He's aligned himself with Holocaust deniers, and he once demonstrated with a sign reading, "The history of the Holocaust is a story full of lies."
They use conspiracy theories because it's easier to spread hate through them. If you are openly racist, many people will object. But if it's like embedded in this conspiracy theory, then it's much harder, or more people are believing in it and using it.
The European migration crisis of 2015 electrified Germany's far right.
More than 20,000 arriving in Germany in the past 3 days. Chancellor Angela Merkel says Germany is ready to take in 800,000 people this year.
The German government opened the country's borders to asylum seekers, most from Muslim countries. That decision sparked a backlash that turned an anti-immigrant party into the largest opposition force in the German parliament, unleashed a large and often violent anti-Islam protest movement, and triggered a new wave of violent extremism.
A deadly terror attack in a town east.
My favorite thing is when, like, literal fucking Nazis will turn around and be like, "Ugh, Angela Merkel is the Nazi," and, like, portray her as Hitler while simultaneously holding on to the position that Hitler is good. Like, so what's up? Which one is it? Like, that makes no fucking sense, dude. Are you saying Angela Merkel is good? Like, what's up?
Of Frankfurt.
A heavily armed attacker ranting about Jews tried to force his way into a synagogue in the eastern city of Halle.
Against this backdrop of rising right-wing extremism in Germany, suddenly the paranoid, gun-hoarding, anti-government Reichsbürgers don't seem so harmless after all. What's even more of a worry is that secret Reichsbürger cells are being uncovered in the police and the military.
1,400 cases of far-right extremism among soldiers, police officers, and intelligence agents have been documented over the past 3 years.
Not ideal given their access to weapons and specialist training.
I think people within the Reichsbürger movement perceive themselves as warriors for the German people and essentially for the good against the evil conspiracy that's currently allegedly going on. So this is what even motivates people from the military and also from police forces, single individuals, to identify themselves with this whole Reichsbürger ideology.
In 2020, the pandemic and resulting lockdowns led to an explosion in...
Marlo's contacting you know about paying your loan. I'm gonna pay my loan today. In the game, I'm gonna go in and pay my loan and shit because I don't want to lose my car.
Conspiracy ideology. The pandemic has left people scared, shut in their homes with nothing to do, and turning to the internet for answers.
No, we haven't seen this
unlike
video.
anything
We've
we've
seen a
known
different
before.
variation of this. This is a new
People who
version of
consider
it.
themselves ordinary Germans are suddenly marching alongside right-wing extremists.
We know that people who experience a lack of control are more likely to believe in conspiracy theories.
And they're looking for answers that science can't give yet, so they turn to hocus pocus and conspiracy theories and the myths and the stories behind it.
This scramble for explanations can act as a pipeline to far-right, especially anti-Semitic beliefs.
These ideologies tend to discriminate against minorities, being it Jews who are allegedly behind the conspiracy or other individuals who are supposed to pull the strings behind the curtain.
These conspiracy beliefs are linked to distrust and prejudice against those on top, people or groups that are perceived as powerful. And this leads to action. We know that from different kind of studies that refusal of democratic measures, violence, anti-Semitism, and that it can lead to action.
Far-right movements like that have always transformed themselves. And at first it was mass immigration in the so-called asylum crisis. And after that, when Corona stops, and there will be other crises, for instance, climate change. So we cannot fight the far right just by waiting for the end of Corona. We have to take countermeasures. We have to strengthen counter narratives against conspiracy theory, against anti-Semitism, against racism and far-right ideology.
The fear is that for the strongest believers, these conspiracy theories will exert an almost religious hold on them and will leave them beyond the reach of reason or logic or family or friends. Deprogramming them will be a huge challenge.
It's a matter of belief. You can't convince a believer of anything because this belief is not based on facts.
Thanks for
It's based
doing
on a
what you
deep
do.
need to believe. And this is what we must understand to be able to help.
Namaz kılan adamlar far right değildi. Who's just waiting for those ice shells to fall? Why don't they help it? I mean, Republicans have been on, conservatives universally have always been on the wrong side. It's like when you're, conservatives in unison got together and sided with COVID in the battle against COVID, right? Like they were just like, nah, COVID needs some fucking help. Same shit with climate change. It's just psychotic. I don't know. I don't know how to deal with it. I don't know why the fuck they do what they do. They're just crazy.